Welcome or welcome back to WatchAdvisor on YouTube. It's Alexander speaking, your host, and with me is Benoit Mintiens, the mastermind of Ressence.
Hello.
Founder, creative mastermind behind an incredible watch. Not one incredible watches since many years, but we have an incredible new one. Benoit.
Type 8. It's really to broaden the spectrum, to make the experience and share the experience to a wider public.
You've been introducing a new watch in another price range, and
Yes.
we will talk about it. And we also have a second watch that is in front of us. We will show you both. And as you know, with WatchAdvisor, Benoit and me are going to disappear from your screen because the watches are the stars. So please enjoy our presentation in 4K as large and near as possible to your screens. Bye.
Don't forget to subscribe and to hit the bell to get our latest notifications.
Well, Benoit, here is your latest Ressence. Can I say it in the way?
Sure, of
because
course. Type 8. Huh?
Type 8, yes, it's Type 8. There are some reflections. As you see, this is due to the shape of the sapphire crystal on top. It's unavoidable. But Benoit just told me when you're wearing the watch, apparently your brain takes...
It filters the reflection out. That's the magic of a brain.
That's
It's
incredible.
automatic filter.
Okay. In this case, we can't filter it out. But Benoit, please tell us about your Type 8, the latest baby in your collection. And
Sure. So as you see, it's a very minimalistic execution of the Ressence concept to show the time. It's minimum because we took away quite some functions. We kept the essential ones, being the hours and the minutes. And here you see the back case. So as you know, with Ressence, we don't have a crown. We always set the watches through the back case of the watch. The reason for that is that we believe that it is more adapted to the scale of fingers than a small crown on the side. And so you can use the whole surface as an interface for your fingers. So it's really an ergonomical choice that we have done and that we systematically apply to all our products.
no crown, yes. I will show you how you operate the watch. And Benoit also asked me to mention that this is his personal watch. So if you discover some scratches on the watch, this is not what you are going to buy. It's your watch.
It's my watch, number
Daily.
8. It's number 8, Type 8, number 8. I'm born the 8th of the 8th,
There we
for
go.
me the 8 is a special number.
Lucky number, yeah.
Yeah, so
You
that's
know that
why-
we do set all our watches to the 8 when we film them?
No, I didn't
also-
know that. I didn't know that.
I like the 8 very much. I always set it to the 8. So that's a nice coincidence. But here the reflections, they are there, and yeah. Okay, so I am trying now to show you how you turn the back,
Yep.
the entire case back.
Yep.
And
Just turn it like that.
You
Yeah,
see, with
with
gloves,
your-
it's a little bit more difficult than
Yeah.
it looks like, but you sliver it. But what happens if I turn the case back is that the hands are set.
Yeah. So you set basically on any Ressence is this principle that the movement that drives the module is attached to the back. It's not like any other watches. The movement is attached to the case of the watch. But on a Ressence, you turn the whole movement while you turn the back case. And that's why you can set it both ways without any problem, because for the movement there's nothing that changes. It's just rotating on itself. And so this is the way also the watch runs, of course, in an accelerated way, because you are setting it. But this is the way. And so the little click that we just heard, Alexander, the little click that you hear is when you wind it manually, because all our watches are automatic. Type 8 is also an automatic watch, but sometimes you need to kickstart it. And so you do that through a small section. And while you set, actually you wind the watch manually.
It was somewhere here.
Yeah.
Here it is again. So you go back and forward.
Yeah.
Here's the click again.
So the little click that you hear is really when the barrel gets engaged again. Because when you wind, you disengage the barrel for a few seconds. And so when you hear the click, the barrel gets engaged again. So this is a normal sound, but for some people it's a bit strange to hear that. But this is the Ressence concept, and it's part of it.
And if I correctly understand, that little click won't be at the same position.
It changes all the time because
Because
the watch is on itself turning around. So
you will find then the click somewhere else.
no problem, because actually it's an automatic watch, and the logic makes that when you need to set an automatic watch, it means it's probably not running. That means that you need to restart it. So the setting and the winding on an automatic watch is always done together.
Yep. Yeah,
Yep.
makes sense.
Yep.
Just concentrating here a little bit and trying to...
On the details, so what you see is a full titanium watch, so and the blue parts and the case and the back case, all of it is titanium grade 5. The watch is also very light, it's only 42 grams with the straps, 33 only, the head of the watch is only 33 grams. What we also have done on this piece, technically it's based on the Type 2, what is our top range watch. And what I mean with that is that the way the module works is not like traditional watchmaking and our other watches, except Type 2 and Type 8, is that on traditional watches, the way that the dial is working or the hands are working is with bridges and stones, with axles in the middle. Whereas here, the Type 8 has all the discs running on ball bearings. That means that the precision is higher thanks to that. So you see the big scratch that I made on my watch.
Yeah, here it is.
So I'll need to ask my watchmaker to clean it. But and so it makes it a lot more precise watch, and you also don't need to oil. There's no oil because ball bearings don't need oil. So there's quite some advantages. It's and more precise, and also for the maintenance, it's a better product. This one is not with oil, it's air-filled. We really want to reach out to a wider public. We want to share the experience, a Ressence experience, to a wider public. So we had to take away, let's say, the superficials, the special things, to keep really the essence of the experience, and we believe Type 8 is answering that.
So it will open up the access to your watches for a broader public, as you said.
Yes.
The price is
12,500 Swiss francs, public price ex VAT. So it depends on the country. The VAT is always different, and
makes more.
And so what you see, the case is also executed in two finishes. So you have a polished part and a glass pearled part of the case. Also it gives it its more elegance thanks to that. So this double finish. We have a kind of sandwich construction for the case. You see the screws on the back. They hold the two halves together.
Less is more.
Less is more.
Everything you need, time only.
Yeah, time only. It's
And
really.
in a very
but let's not forget, doing simple things is
more
lot more difficult than doing complex things.
Beautiful blue, by the way.
Alexander, here's a watch for every day, and what's worse than a product that is complex to use on a daily basis? It's not nice. So we really think also about the person that has the watch on his wrist on a daily basis.
This is how you see the watch from 6 o'clock on from the side. I like to play around with that.
Yeah, it's very organic.
It's enjoyable,
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying myself turning this watch in the camera. So you can really see the angles when you look at it. And the reflect. This is something I didn't know, that the brain is really filtering.
Of course. Your brain is a very, very efficient machine. When you look at a watch, basically what your brain does, it sends a signal basically to your eyes and only search for the information you're looking for.
We have Benoit here mirroring, so you have to filter him out now.
Hello. But on a Ressence dial, it's the minute hand that is the leading hand, so the biggest hand is the minutes. And usually you know the hour you are in. Yeah. So your brain already does not search for the hours. It searches for the longest hand and the angle of that hand. And that is why Ressence is based on the minutes.
Thank you. Well, new and blue.
New and blue, one color. We will probably develop new ones
new
later
price
on.
positioning for Ressence makes it more accessible. Yes, and a very nice watch on top. I like it. It's beautiful. also presented a second watch this year in 2022.
Yes, for the first time we make a version that is different than the core collection for the Type 3. It's another execution basically, and we call it BBB for black front, black sides, and black back. And what is special about the BBB, as you see, the name is on the watch. The back side is treated like the front side, and for those who know Ressence, they know that some of our models are with oil inside. So Type 3 is one of those. It's actually the first, and we are still the only ones to have oil inside our watches, our mechanical watches. That's how you get this incredible graphical clarity. Seems really like maybe a screen. Some people think, yeah, it's like a screen, but it's normal because the screen works the same way. They also add a liquid in for screens. It's a gel between the screen, so the LED screen or the OLED screen, and the glass, and that's how you achieve this effect of being able nearly to touch. It's as if you can touch the hands on the outside. And so for the BBB, we have applied this logic also on the back, and so you also have the feeling that it seems really printed on the glass, also on the back. Of course, this is a trick here. We have painted the sapphire from the inside and with the text, and so you basically have this graphically the same effect as the front, where you have real oil inside, of course. So we created kind of one pebble, shiny pebble, where everything is expressed on the outside of the glass.
So always fascinated about how you look on that dial. It's really, I can't stop turning them in the camera. I do this also by purpose, of course, that you can imagine at home how it would look like if you're wearing the watch when it turns on your wrist and you come in different angles, and it will always.
And Alexander, of course, all the graphics that you see on the watch are luminous. So driving into a tunnel is super nice. It's really nice to look at it also at night.
Setting is done the same way as
like
with
all Ressence,
Type 8.
Back case setting.
Back case setting.
Of course, the Type 3 has a lot more functions than the Type 8 that we just saw. So you have a few more things to do. For example, setting the weekday or setting the date for the moment you are moving backwards. And what you see is actually that the weekday that you see here, I will show. So here we have the weekday indication. Okay, the Type 3 BBB has a very, very minimal graphical execution where we only have monochrome. It's black, white, and gray. But this is the weekday indication. So the long loop here is for the weekend. So there are 2 days in the weekend. And this is it's Monday. So you have Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We are at 4 o'clock, 15 minutes. So it is second half, it's the afternoon. It's difficult on the screen because it's mirrored. It's mirrored, so it's hard for me.
Yeah, our control. Yeah, that's always the test we have. We're having present.
Yeah.
Also, it's also for me. All day long, everything I see in my reference monitor is mirrored. So
I wasn't prepared for this. Sorry, Alexander.
No worries.
But okay, so it's 4 o'clock, 15 minutes on a Monday afternoon on the 7th of the month. Yeah. And the setting here, so the setting you just showed it, you turn the back case, and by going backwards, you set the weekday. So it jumps a day every 12 minutes about. If you want to set the date, you turn 30 minutes backwards. And so first you need to turn 1 hour back, and then it starts to set the date every 30 minutes. So the setting is a bit like a vault. You turn back or front, and you do different things.
Exactly thinking about that.
And this dial is a bit special. People have always asked us, is this power reserve or something? No, this is the temperature of the oil inside the watch.
Oil temperature indication, love it.
Why do we have that? It's because an oil, as all liquids, it expands and contracts. And so we need to have something that compensates for that, because we don't want a bubble inside the watch.
It is also written here somewhere. I have seen that here's the operating temperature, 10 to 40 degrees.
Yes, but this is what the industry as a watch industry is let's say how do you say that? This is the norm basically, that any watch, any mechanical watch should run perfectly between 10 and 40. But we test these watches at 60 degrees. They all go in an oven before we ship them for an hour. So they run at 60 degrees and then they immediately go into a freezer at minus 18. So we do a thermal shock on each of the watches before we ship them.
60 and minus 18.
Yeah. And so we have these bellows that will, and the role of these bellows is to compensate for the oil that expands or contracts due to temperature changes. In German, they call it Balgen.
Fascinating. There's an automatic base movement in it.
Sure.
It is a mechanical watch you're seeing. There's no battery involved in here. And
Yes. Automatic, full mechanical.
full mechanical.
And so to guarantee that so actually the watch is split in half. So if you show the side of the watch, I can explain that. So basically until the case, that is all in titanium, everything is in titanium on these watches. The back case is in air because the movement, the balance wheel cannot run in a liquid. So we had to keep it in an air environment. The chamber on the backside is air, but on the top, the whole half is filled with oil. So it's not just between the glass and the dial, no, it's the whole mechanism that is in the oil. And there is no physical connection between the oil side and the air side because we want to guarantee that there will never be a leak between the two sides. So how do you get the rotation that the movement, the minute axle of the movement on the air side goes into, because in the end you need to show the time on the oil side, we do that by a magnetic connection. So there is a magnetic transmission between the air side and the oil side of all our Type 3s and Type 5s, because Type 5 also has the oil inside. Then for some readers, they know that magnets are a bit not so good for a movement, but we have also included magnetic conductors to make sure that the spreading of magnetic fields in the watch is reduced dramatically. And on top of that, we have also a Faraday cage. It's a mu metal cage around the movement to protect the residual fields for the movement.
Good that you mentioned all that, because now after you said that magnets make the link in between the upper part filled with oil and the lower part where the mechanical movement is. Good that you mentioned it.
And so, as I said, the watch is fully in titanium, so the case is a DLC polished titanium case with a DLC coating on it. Black, so DLC stands for diamond-like carbon. The dial is the same, and the back case is also DLC. So we have a DLC coating inside the back sapphire for the back case. So this is 000. That's also my watch.
Wow.
Voilà.
And here we are talking about some different prices. I suspect
It's a 36,500 Swiss francs ex-VAT watch. Actually, the pricing of our products is the consequence of the cost. So if you take the cost of a Ressence, you divide it by the number of components, you probably end up in the same ratio for all our products. It's just more work for a watchmaker and more components to produce. So. So the Type 8 with the blue dial has a 42.9 millimeter case. On the wrist, it feels a lot less because of the integration and the compactness of the case. The strap is integrated into the case, whereas the Type 3 BBB has a 44 millimeter case, also without any crown, of course. This is specific for Ressence, and also there it feels smaller on the wrist. It's a bit thicker, of course, because we have the whole transmission mechanism also inside, so it also takes some room. That's why the Type 3 is a bit thicker than the Type 8.
Very nice. I love your watches.
Thank you, Alexander.
No, it's a very unique. It is in fact unique way of showing time. It is simplified. It is everything one expects if he is thinking out of the box, looking for something different. At Ressence, you will find what you are looking for, I think. And I very much have to say, the more I look at your new Ressence Type 8, the more I start to like it. It's so simple.
Yeah.
It's all you need.
When I designed it, I was like, is something missing? But
no,
after a week, I was okay with it.
No.
Yeah, but
I'm playing around with it, and you saw it on your screens. Really, I tried to show the watch, and the more you look at it, the more you start liking it, because it's all you need. And Benoit, it's upside down. Yeah. This is always the challenging thing. But yeah,
no numbers. You have no reference.
Yeah, but
no
numbers. This is
yeah,
the
course. The bolt.
Yeah, this is the reference, of course, and the hand.
And the hand should be up.
It's my fault.
That's okay.
Apologies for that. But the more I look at this watch and the more I see it, I think the more I start to like it. It's so simple, and you're right. I never thought about now following your little description about the brain just seeking for the information of the hand, but it's true.
Yeah.
Now you said it, I just have been thinking about it, and it's true. You look on a little screen or a little device, call it watch, and what you're seeking is the position of the hand, and then you know, okay, what's going on.
It's an image.
So true.
A watch is an image, and our brain is just actually the image that is projected by the watch comes into your brain, and your brain is just processing that image.
So true. But you have to say it before you realize it. Yeah. There we go. Benoit, thank you very much.
I thank you.
For showing us 2 watches 2022. This is the real Watches and Wonders novelty, new entry level or new access to the world of Ressence. I don't like the word entry. It's because what you're doing is it's high
entry for us, but it's
it's high end.
Still a lot of money.
It's lots of money, and this is it's not haute horlogerie, but it is haute technology, realized, simplified in a very, very good design, and
haute simplicité.
Haute simplicité. That's haute simplicité. High simplicity. Oh, wonderful. Come on. This is a perfect end for the video. High simplicity. You see high simplicity by Ressence. Benoit, thank you very much.
I thank you, Alexander.
Thanks for watching. If you have questions, use the comment sections. If you have comments, use it as well. Thanks for watching our video from Watches and Wonders. And please look out for all the other videos that we have online. Bye-bye.